Welcome back to part 3 of this month's FU February blog series, where we're discussing how to air out tension and set clear boundaries without making things worse or pushing people away. Have you ever had a coworker speak to you in a way that was mildly or wildly uncalled for? Did you freeze, brush it off, yell back, or hold on to it not knowing how to react? Because if so, that sucks. You don't deserve that, and unfortunately, you're not alone. I'm talking about those situations where someone in the heat of the moment has some sort of outburst and you want to know how to diffuse the tension if that feels possible or necessary. I do want to acknowledge, though, that I'm not a therapist or a social worker. If you're experiencing anything that feels like a pattern of hostility at home or at work, something beyond a heat of the moment outburst, I highly encourage you to report that behavior or seek the support you need, whether it be in human resources or some version of counseling that feels safe and available to you. Today, we're focusing on those moments where a coworker loses their cool or acts out of character. The kind of behavior that throws you off and makes it hard to respond in a cool, calm, and collected way. The key in these situations is to think of yourself as a social scientist. You want to get your brain to zoom out in that moment instead of reacting right away. How? By pinpointing what about their behavior just changed. What exactly is making them come across as aggressive or angry or patronizing in that moment? Is it an increase in their volume, a sharpening of their tone, intense or emphatic gestures, the specific language they're using? And then you want to reflect your observations back to them like a mirror, a straight shooting, non-accusatory mirror. For example, let's say you're in the middle of a negotiation or a tense conversation with a coworker, and they suddenly raise their voice or become aggressive. You might say, "I'm not sure if you're aware of this, but you just raised your voice and your tone changed. I want to work through this point with you and come to a mutual agreement, but it's hard for me to respond to you when you speak to me like that." Or you might say something like, "On a professional level, I get why this might be urgent or frustrating or fill in the blank to you. But on a personal level, that didn't feel like a respectful way to express an opinion or tell me what you need." Now, let's be honest. Jerks will be jerks. When you respond by reflecting their behavior back to them or separating the professional dilemma from the personal boundary, they'll more than likely get defensive. But that's not on you. You never need to reason with a bully. But for the sake of diffusing tension in a heated moment and summoning an even-keeled response, thinking of yourself as a social scientist and reflecting their behavior back to them like a mirror is a great go-to strategy. And if not responding or removing yourself from the situation or reporting the behavior feels like the next right move for you, you should 100% feel empowered to do so. So I'm curious, what do you think? How might you use this tool to diffuse tension or set a boundary in a heated moment? Leave a comment below and let me know. And if you haven't already, make sure you check out the details for our upcoming group coaching program by visiting selfspoken.com/pup or clicking the group coaching tab above. It's the perfect place to workshop moments like this. You'll learn how to ground yourself under pressure and communicate with more confidence when it matters most. In the meantime, keep showing up as that you most want to be. One intention, one interaction at a time. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next month on the Self-Spoken blog.